Hey guys, Desolate Magic here, and it's time for another news update because we've got a bunch of, fairly big stories that just don't have much to them, so they didn't merit their own video. First up, people are very unhappy about the Jumpstart announcement. Finally, now that we're going to get Jumpstart on Arena in 2 days, finally just now they're telling us how it's going to work. I think I can see why they waited so long. People are not happy. I know you might be shocked. It's running for 30 days, so that's cool. I was hoping it wasn't just like a weekend event, and I think honestly a week would be the bare minimum. I don't know if this was public knowledge before, but they are making all of the cards that you can possibly acquire from Jumpstart legal and historic. I think that's a giant mistake. But then again, the historic format was a giant mistake, so watch my video later today on that. Let's just say I have a deck that basically can't be beaten the day after the ban announcement. So according to the video that was narrated by some lady we've never heard of, because, you know, hell will freeze over before Wizards puts another white male on camera, because white males are the worst. But yeah, according to her, you will manually pick what pack you want, and then manually pick the second pack you want. I bet you guys could figure out what's wrong with that. Okay, one, it's supposed to be random, chaotic, and unpredictable. That's like the selling point. That's completely and entirely how it's sold and played in paper. Secondly, all of you know as well as I do that people are just going to find the most powerful broken combination and play that. And you're just going to play against the same combination of two packs over and over and over and over and over for a month. Why the hell are they letting people pick their packs manually? That is the stupidest thing they could possibly do to ruin this event as quickly as possible. This is like amazingly stupid. Play one of the green ramp decks with one of the green giant creature decks. Done, you win. I mean, I'll just tell you that right now. Run the highest removal one with Sheldred. You win. Done. It'll be some combination like that, so letting people select it manually instead of it being random is stupid. The gameplay they showed in the trailer shows 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I believe 9 creatures swinging against a 0-2 unopposed. It's like not only do they know, but they're actually like trolling us at this point. So that's a disaster waiting to happen. I'll give it 5 hours, I'll say, before the format gets solved online. Now, there's one thing that might stop it, and that's the fact that there are only 2 reward tiers, and I think the entry is going to be kind of expensive. I mean, even if it was like 500 or 1,000 coins, I mean, you don't just have unlimited coins. So, past the second win, there's absolutely no reason to keep winning other than to get your daily wins or to get your spell, quest things in, or to get your daily or weekly wins or to just be an asshole. So if you drop out again and choose the exact same packs again, you get the exact same cards again, and you don't need more than 4 copies of something for historic. So I mean, if it's like, oh, I'm going to drop out so that winning matters, but I'm going to open the same cards again that I'm paying for and get no value out of it whatsoever, just to get a couple, like, it looks like individual card rewards or ICRs, I could see people just playing it then leaving it, or purposely changing deck combinations to get the most number of cards. But I don't know, I just have a feeling that that won't save it. I think a lot of people just want to play it once, basically, and they're going to look up what the best combination is first, and you're going to meet a lot of those people in mirror matches. There is some, I guess, good news, unless you wanted an easy way to get the cards. They're not going to sell Jumpstart packs in the store at all on Arena. The only way to get them is to play in the event. Or, obviously, burning wild cards. There's a pretty good rumor that the gem entry fee will be $400, but I'm not sure about coins. Also, in similar news, I want to remind people not to buy at the current price Jumpstart boosters. A second wave is coming. The only reason they're so rare and so hard to get is because, well, one, a lot of them ship to Canada instead of America. That's nice. And secondly, there is currently not enough to go around because they didn't make enough for the full first shipment, so they're going to complete the first shipment later with basically a second shipment, which will be like the second half of the first shipment, which will devalue them to hell and back. So do not pay the current price. It is not a fun format to play from what I heard. Even if it looks fun and you want to play it right now and you've got somebody to play with, just don't. Hey, speaking of product delays, they just announced that the Commander Collection Green, which we heard about, it had to have been a year ago, has been rescheduled for December 4th. Left out is what the original release date was, so probably not December 4th, but anyway, it says this delay is unfortunate, especially during the year of Commander. I thought it was the year of Fetch. But it's been a year of many things, and this delay is unfortunately out of our control. We regret any inconvenience this may cause. Learn more about Commander Collection Green Hair. Actually, I'm going to click that. Is that the original thing? No, WPN page. Great, thanks. Well, anyway, we knew about it in October 2019. So yeah, massive production delay here. Like, this isn't weeks, this is like probably months. Now you're probably thinking, what the hell is Commander Collection Green? Yeah, I know, right? It kind of flew under the radar. It's basically, I guess I'll say Secret Lair meets From the Vault, if you remember that, meets like Signature Spellbook. It's really the same as all three of them pretty much. It's going to be 8 cards that are in green that are played in Commander. Oh boy, with like special artwork and crap, it's probably going to be overpriced. So like, who cares? But that said, I mean, for the Commander player in your life, if you know they're playing green, you know they got some of these cards December 4th, Christmas shopping, just throwing it out there. Although it's 2020, I'm pretty sure that in December, the moon just f***ing explodes. Now into the non-news section, we have absolutely no news update whatsoever about the Netflix Magic the Gathering animated series. As for the Magic the Gathering and other Hasbro-themed water park, I had heard that it's being constructed in another country now, but it may have been delayed due to COVID. I thought it was supposed to be in America, and that was like the last I heard, but now I heard a rumor that it's being moved, or they, I don't know, finalized the location, and it's not in America. Don't know if it's true. Very, very sparse details on this, unfortunately. Also, next news story, in case you didn't hear, people are up in arms and absolutely pissed that Wizards didn't ban Inverter from Pioneer. They should have. That card's terrible. Or, honestly, Thassa's Oracle is the real problem. Inverter, it's a stupid gimmick. It's a do-nothing card. It's very specific. It works with almost nothing. But Jason, Thassa, I said ban both of them. They both encourage you to run your deck all the way down to 0. When would that ever be a fun, interesting, competitive game? When would anybody want to sit there while somebody drains their entire deck away, either with like one spell or over 40, 50 turns? Nobody wants to deal with that. Whoever designed those cards should be fired immediately from Wizards. It was probably Mark Rosewater. Speaking of that, don't forget to keep the hashtag #FireMarkRosewater going on every platform you possibly can. In other definitely Magic-related news, the badge cam footage was released from Hakeem Littleton, a black man who was unarmed and got shot by police and executed in the street, and let's all protest and scream at police and burn things. Turns out he pulled out a gun and fired multiple rounds almost point blank at a cop and would have killed him if he wasn't such a dumbass at marksmanship. So all you race-baiting, lying, exaggerating piece of shit protesters can go home and shut the f*** up. As usual, you're exaggerating, lying, and wrong. Hakeem tried to kill a police officer in cold blood, and I'm glad he's dead. So is everybody. Everybody go home and shut your f***ing mouth. And the final news story that I did mention on live stream a couple days ago, but I just don't want to make a video on this because I don't need the negative attention and thumbs down, so I'll just briefly give you the highest level overview. There was another black employee of Wizards of the Coast who worked in the D&D department that quit and said that everybody there was racist and, the typical whatever. Now, he claimed that he felt he was a diversity hire because he is black and non-binary, and I 100% agree with that. There's evidence that they do that kind of thing. And then they wouldn't give him any real work, gave him 2 projects in 5 months, didn't listen to him, and stole his ideas. I kind of believe that they did that as well. He was a part-time, contractor, non-direct employee or something like that, who still worked in the building. That sounds illegal. But if you read his statement, the guy is batshit crazy. He is numero uno example of why you don't hire whiny victim complex SJWs. Because as soon as they think some crazy delusional shit that's not really happening is happening, they're going to drag your company's name through the mud and call you all a bunch of racists. I think I literally said something to the effect of I would walk through the building and just think about how every last person in here hated me. That's paranoid delusions. The dude needs therapy. So he is partially right, but the whole, they treated me differently because I'm black, that's completely fabricated. That's all in his mind. Now, did they treat him differently because they only brought him on so that they could say, look how woke we are, look who we hired? Yeah, absolutely. I do think he's right on that account. But I think he's greatly exaggerating, and he kind of mentions multiple times accidentally, why he was almost definitely a terrible employee there. Some of the things he said he did or complained about, he was a very problematic employee, and he has multiple mental problems that he even claims have been interfering with his writing. But no, they didn't bring him on from part-time to full-time, and they didn't give him a raise and didn't put him in charge of projects because he's black. That must be it. Don't hire SJWs. Nothing good can come from it. You just get basically this situation. So everybody's like, I don't like Wizards, so he must be 100% correct. That's not called logic. That's called bullshit. Those of us like me who are smart enough to think for ourselves can read it, take it for what it is as a separate incident, and then find the truth from it. If you hear something and say, well, wizards can do no wrong and I'm on Team Wizards, so it must be false, or, oh, this is a bad thing about wizards, it must be true because I don't like them and I want it to be true. Neither of those are valid ways to assess a situation or find out if something's valid or not. If either of those are you, you're part of the problem. When Wizards does something right, I report on it. When they do something wrong, I report on it. Quite simple. And in this case, it's very nuanced and there's something in the middle. In even better news for Wizards, we have actual footage caught on recording of somebody using an exploit in Arena to make sure that their opponent cannot take a turn. And it's not what it usually is, which is a disconnection thing, where just weird crap happens because your modem's rebooting or your internet just cut out. You can tell because the other guy spams "good game" on turn 1. You wouldn't know he's sending that if your connection wasn't live. And who the hell good games somebody on turn 1? So even though Arena will never admit it, there really strongly appears to be evidence that there is a hack that prevents people from taking certain actions. Could be a glitch, who knows? I don't think it is. Also, the last story I have today is that people who are opening Jumpstart, which apparently they paid, $180 a box for or something, are finding just record-setting levels of printing defects. Now, we know that the company they go with in Texas, or probably even the one in Belgium or Japan or whatever, they all just don't seem to give a shit. But the one in America that prints most of our English products, they really don't care. I mean, we're talking like amazing levels of zero, what do they call it, quality assurance. But now that they're understaffed in all likelihood and rushing things because of COVID backups in all likelihood, wow, do they not give a crap about quality assurance. So people are reporting just insane amounts of misprints, miscuts, everything. So not only does the product cost almost double on the open market because they can't get enough of it out on time, but the stuff they did get out is massively defective. Like even more than is normal for Magic the Gathering, which, misprints have been absolutely blowing up since I'd say about 4 years ago. So that sucks. I think once again, it's all bad news. Yeah. Good job, Wizards. Do something like pro-consumer, pro-customer at some point, maybe. Like ever. So anyway, thanks for watching. BLM is a terrorist organization, and I'll see you guys next video.